I think you were similarly influenced by your father, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. My father was not subtle, to be clear. Like,
Yeah.
I would literally come home from school and there would be Wall Street Journal clippings
No.
on my bed about like some leader. It was always genuinely about business creates jobs and jobs create opportunity and opportunity creates impact. Probably the things that shaped me the most growing up and like made me super ambitious, and I think unapologetically so, is one, yeah, like my parents, they had sacrificed a lot to come to America, and I did feel like I was being given an opportunity, and I had to do something with it, right? And I wanted to, sort of pursue the world and have big dreams and strive towards them because that was literally like since the time I could remember the ethos of the environment I grew up in. Um, and then I think the other piece of it was growing up in Flint. This was at a time where the auto industry had left Flint and there was, huge economic impact in my hometown. And, we saw it in education, you saw it in the economy, you saw it in healthcare. And then obviously later we found out that you saw it in drinking water. And I think that for me was just a very stark recognition of how business impacts community and impacts lives. And I think probably when I was, probably 10, 12 years old is when I really started to kind of connect the dots between like pursuing ambition and the American dream, and doing something with, the sacrifices my parents had made, with actually sort of believing that at scale, businesses can really impact livelihood and communities in a really long-lasting way. So, yeah, I'd say pretty early on, I was excited about being in business, though I didn't actually know what that meant. I had absolutely no idea what I would do. I never was like, I will hopefully one day be the CEO of a video platform. Like that never occurred to me at that age, but I did appreciate that as something to aspire towards.
We're very similar. I grew up in a farm in Hardyville, South Carolina with an immigrant father from Turkey. I spent my summers in Turkey, but he's an entrepreneur. So I think from early days, I just wanted to be in business, but
Yeah.
didn't know what that looked like, which is really our goal in like putting people like you in front of a camera and showing you what business looks like. Cause I didn't grow up with that modeling. And so our goal really is to like pull that modeling in. But I think you were similarly influenced by your father, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. My father was not subtle, to be clear. Like
Yeah.
I would literally come home from school and there would be Wall Street Journal clippings
No.
on my bed about like some leader, who was but it came from a very genuine place.
Yeah.
I think, it was always genuinely about business creates jobs and jobs create opportunity and opportunity creates impact. And that's infectious, when you're young and, so but yeah, it was always very much my dad really believes still to this day that business can have just such a massive positive impact on society.